Daniel Aguirre redirected a cross from a potentially resurgent Douglas Costa in the 85th minute as LA Galaxy rallied to a 1-1 draw in St. Louis on Sunday. Good afternoon. I'm James, the Faithful Angelino Sports, with a rapid recap of LA Galaxy soccer. And if you enjoy talking about the 5-time MLS Cup winners, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We talk Galaxy soccer almost every day here. Now, the Galaxy, as a result, are technically no longer in last place in the Western Conference with the tie. They have 13 points with a 3-4-9 record that ties them with Colorado. The Rapids, however, do take last place because they have played fewer matches than LA. St. Louis, by the way, leads the Western Conference with 29 points. They say you are to be disappointed in a draw. Are you? Because I'm not. Here's why. LA is showing gumption. They're showing grit that I'm not sure that they had at any time this season until the firing of Chris Klein. And also, by the way, this was the first full match that the Galaxy played in what is probably the post-Chicharito era. As you recall, the team captain's knee blew out earlier this week. It'd be a miracle if he winds up being on the pitch again for the Galaxy, frankly. Chicharito was the tip of the spear of the offense, so to speak, and he's gone. You would expect a team with turmoil like that in the front office, with no direct offensive striker, to fold. They didn't. To their credit, they didn't. Also, another reason that you should not feel disappointed, St. Louis has won 6 of 9 home matches this year. That place is a fortress. It is a fortress, and LA hung with them every single step of the way. Even when St. Louis took the lead with a goal, you could label that goal for St. Louis as a golazo. Nicholas Joachini flicked a cross pass literally over his head. It was a floater. It was a dying quail. In baseball, you see something like that drops in between the shortstop and the outfielder. The guy gets a base hit. That, in soccer, however, is a golazo. You can't blame Jonathan Bond for allowing it. He was in position. He was Joachini, looked like he was properly marked by Galaxy defender Jalen Neal. So I'm not going to sit there and clown the Galaxy for falling behind. Sometimes the other team deserves their goal. Another reason not to be disappointed. The vulnerable Galaxy defense was facing a team that scored 3 or more goals in at least 6 of its home matches. 6 of its home matches. And instead, only a golazo put St. Louis on the board. Only a golazo kept the Galaxy from potentially winning the game. The Galaxy offense, by the way, looks a little bit more free-flowing. Aguirre replaced Tyler Boyd. Boyd, in my opinion, with him on one wing and Costa on the other, they are seeming lately to provide a spark on offense that unfortunately Dejan Joveljic simply cannot connect with. For example, when the Galaxy are bad, their wingers, they would go up the side of the pitch and they would continue to go up the side of the pitch until they get the corner, and then they lob a weak cross. What I saw Tyler Boyd and Costa doing was not settling for going all the way to the corner and lobbing a weak cross. What I saw were wingers that once they got to the outside of the penalty area, juked and immediately broke into the center, which makes them a much bigger threat. Because they're not a threat for just simply a cross. They're a threat for a shot. Okay? So there's a lot more questions that the Galaxy ask their opponents now on offense. Now, as for Costa, he had a goal in his prior match. He had the tying assist today. Is it possible? Is it possible? I'm not saying I know for sure, but is it possible that he's finally gotten the message after a year and a half of dogging it on the pitch? That basically somebody in the Galaxy front office had said, look, pal, if you don't run, if you don't show us the skill that you claimed to have when we signed you, you're on the next flight back to Rio de Janeiro. And we'll call the cops to go arrest you at the bloody airport. Is it possible that Douglas Costa has finally gotten the message? Because he faces charges in Brazil, staying in LA not only keeps him out of the slam, it gives him a chance to fight the charges without being in the slam. So is he possibly motivated now? Either way, this team has fight that it did not have before. Talent, okay, maybe they're lacking. But focus and fight, definitely got it. The Galaxy will next host Sporting Kansas City in June 21st over at Dignity Health Sports Park, which is probably the first of many Klein out block parties that the Galaxy faithful will be holding. To repeat, Daniel Aguirre lifts the LA Galaxy to a 1-1 draw with St. Louis. And if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelinos. Once again, we talk Galaxy soccer almost every day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Faithful Angelinos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.